Welcome to the My Creative Days podcast, where we will talk about all things DIY, home decor, decorating tips, and creating a beautiful home on a budget. I am hoping our time together will spark a creative idea, help you plan your next DIY, or inspire you to finally tackle that project you keep putting off. Grab your favorite cup of motivation and let's chat. Hello, and welcome back to the podcast. Today, I'm going to talk about a little bit something different, kind of. It is actually something that we are launching something new called the Furniture Flipping Academy, and it is the revamped course on how to flip furniture from start to finish, how to grow a business around it. If you're somebody that's just looking to flip furniture for your home, or you want to, start making money flipping furniture, the course is for you. We've added more lessons to it. We've added new topics to it. So if you have bought the course in the past, you have lifetime access to it. So you will have access to it. But we are also, with the Furniture Flipping Academy, I wanted to do like an all-encompassing, just kind of from the feedback we were getting, we are going to include our private online community along with anybody that takes the academy. So you get that ongoing support, monthly support, kind of all bundled together in this whole academy, which I'm super, super, super excited about. And so we've kind of dropped a few hints, here and there on social media and a couple things through our newsletter. And there are some, consistent or topics that are coming up that I really want to kind of just talk about, because I've said it here a billion times. I've said it on my Instagram and social media, but I always say if one person has this question, concern, topic, whatever, more people do. And so it's definitely coming through. More people do, so that are being vocal about it, because this has come up more and more and more. So there are kind of 4 different topics, and I'm just going to hit on one here on this podcast, and I'll do the other ones in upcoming podcasts. But one of my favorite things to do is when people, say, I know I can do this. I really want to join the academy, but And then we, there's excuses, and I do like to call them excuses, because here's one thing that you always get from me. I'm not going to add a lot of fluff. If you ever buy a course from me or content from, or you see my content, I don't like to add a lot of fluff just to add fluff. I've gone through this business for years, and I have, paid for courses or listened to podcasts or whatever, and I just feel like, just give it to me, straight between the eyes. Like, I just want to be hit with it. I just want to know exactly what I need to be doing. Tell me exactly the points I want to be, and just don't add the fluff. Like, let's just be honest. And so even in my life, sometimes my mom is like, Lindsay, but it's really funny, because when she wants something done, then she calls me, because she knows I'll get to the point, right? So my mom is somebody that, she'd rather just stick her head in the sand and then hopefully everything will work out, where I'm the person that, let's talk through it. Let's hit it where we need to hit it. Let's be honest. Let's just state the facts here. And so, when I hear people, like launching the academy, and, then I hear, I really want to do this, or I know I can do this, but I've been dreaming of doing this, but I've been, this is what I'm worried about, this, all those kinds of things. And so, number one, I want us to all stop, and I still do it. Like, I still catch myself, like, coming up with an excuse why I can't do that thing, depending on what it is. We need to stop with the excuses, and we need to kind of figure it out. And again, and so anyway, so these topics keep coming up in my messages and in my email. And so today I want to talk about mindset. And I know, it's mindset, right? Like, okay, we need to all be positive, and, but it's a lot more than that. And I'm going to be completely honest and let you know that I still deal with some of these things in my business. And over the years, I've read so many business books, and I've listened to so many podcasts, and I've really found ways that really help me kind of hone in on these things that I'm struggling with, or when I notice these things are coming up, these are just kind of some things that have helped me. And I'm trying to stop myself from like going off in 12 different directions. So I'm just going to stick to I'm super passionate about this. And when people watch my content, my DIY projects or my furniture flipping, or they want to start doing it, and then I wish I could come to each of you in person and just tell you, like, we need to stop with the excuses. And at the end of all of this, are you going to regret more that you never tried it? Or are you going to regret it that you tried it and it didn't go exactly how you thought it would? That right there is something I ask myself all the time, because it's something that has really helped me when I'm trying to make a decision, or I'm just like nervous about a decision, or there's like a big step in my business and I'm just like, I don't know. And then I always say, at the end of my life, or at the end of all of this, am I going to regret not ever trying? No, I'm never going to regret that, ever, ever, ever. Am I going to regret the other side where I never, I tried and it just didn't go as planned? No, because even if it just doesn't go as planned, I'm going to learn so much, and it may even go better than planned, which is what I want to encourage you about today. Because when I started doing these things on my journey, it made a huge difference. Okay, I'm going to try and stay focused here. Okay, we're just going to talk about mindset. So there are a couple different mindsets I want to talk about today that are super, super, super important. And so, yes, I want you all inside my Furniture Flipping Academy. If you've ever thought about flipping furniture, if you're sick and tired of watching other people do it and knowing that you could do it, you don't need skills. You don't need top-notch skills. You can start this from never flipping a piece of furniture. It is so doable. It is the one thing that if you're looking to make money, extra money, pay down debt, pay for ballet lessons, whatever it is, it's the one thing that does not take up, doesn't cost a lot up front. It is something, though, that you can achieve much more success if you do it the right way. That's why I started my courses and my online community. But now I'm just trying to streamline it and just make it super simple in the academy, where you get the course and everything, and then that online community all in one. That I would love you to all be in there. But this mindset is, it can help you through so much. So if I do reference the academy, and this is, like I said, I've been hearing a lot of these comments and concerns. And so that's where all this came from. So if I reference that, just so you know, that's what it's about. But this helps me in many aspects of my business and life. So obviously a positive mindset, right? We all need that. And I even find myself, in the beginning it was, and these are the messages that I'm getting. I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. I don't know where to start. I don't know if I have the money to do that. I'm trying to think. What if I fail? What if it doesn't go like I thought it would go? All those things. Instead of saying, I'm going to find the money, I'm going to make it happen, I'm going to find the time to, invest in this, I'm going to figure it out, I'm going to be surrounded by people that are going to help me, all throughout the entire journey. Speaking of the academy, just the different way that you talk to yourself makes a huge difference. And I'm talking about across the board. The way you talk to yourself about the way you look, how you feel, the way you act, your work, your business, starting a business, whatever it is, whatever you're feeding yourself, whatever you're saying to yourself, whatever that mindset is what the outcome is going to be. I can't find the time. Then you won't. I don't know if I have the money. Then it won't show up. I might fail. Yeah, you might. But if you keep telling yourself that you're going to fail, that is what's going to happen. So instead, if you can just restructure what you're saying to yourself in your head, we all do it, we all have it, it makes the biggest difference. When I started doing this, there were courses and things that finally came out in my business, and it was like, yes, now I'm going to set aside this money. for, X, Y, and Z this year, or whatever it was. When I started doing that, my business only grew. If I would have had something like the Furniture Flipping Academy in the beginning, I can't even tell you how much faster I would have gotten there, right? So we need to change what we're saying. We need to have a more positive outlook instead of always coming up with excuses and negative mindset, right? Because you can find the money, you can find the time. I started this with not only my own kids, but I had a full-fledged full-time daycare here in our home. So that meant early mornings, nap times, nighttime, and weekends. I found the time. So we just have to, instead of just throwing out those excuses, like it's just like the natural, like if somebody says, how are you doing? You always say fine, or I'm okay, right? That's just what you spit out right away. And I feel like some of these excuses that I'm hearing, it's just what you spit out. I don't have time. I don't have money. I don't know how to do it. I don't know my next step. Stop yourself from that and then try and see if you can, instead of saying that, say, you know what? I can find the money. There's a whole closet of clothes that I can sell, or I can have, a yard sale and make up the money, or I can have in my first 2 flips, I will have paid for this. That's another thing. This is an investment that's got return on the investment and then some, like many, many times. I don't even know the number, but so it's just, we have to just stop with all our quick excuses and then just try and combat those with something more positive. Okay, another thing that made a big difference is a growth mindset. And so that kind of happened. I started flipping furniture for our home so I could furnish it cheap on a dime. Then friends and family wanted to buy things. And then I started the website to just kind of show friends and family the projects we were doing. And then I started learning a little bit here and there. And then I started knowing like what the possibilities were. So I constantly wanted to grow no matter what it was I was doing. And I constantly wanted to learn. So that growing and like learning mindset, I feel like they go hand in hand. But anything in life, I never want to be the person that's like, I know it all. I don't need to learn anything new, right? Like I love reading books because you can learn so much. And it may be the same topic, but the way one author says it or one podcaster says it just may resonate with me better. And it may like just stick with me. Whereas the other book or the other podcast, it just went right through me, right? So I'm constantly wanting to learn. Keeping that whole learning mindset on and the growth mindset on, you're going to be able to see setbacks as opportunities for learning and for growth. When you look at them as opportunities, like there's never a failure, right? There's never like you get down on yourself. You're like, no, I just learned what I'm not supposed to do the next time. And if I ever wanted to do this again, I won't go that route. I'll do it this way. It just helps you learn. It helps you improve. But you constantly have to have that mindset on instead of a failure mindset, right? Or like oh, poor me, ho-hum me mindset, because that's not serving you. That mindset is not serving you. Either your excuses aren't serving you either, right? We have to stop with those excuses and just change it a little bit. Okay. Third, a resilient mindset. And this one's a big one because it's going to help you bounce back from, I don't even like to call them failures anymore because it's not a failure. If you're trying, if you're doing and something doesn't go as planned, it's not a failure. It's just a learning. It's just a different direction you need to go. It's just a why in the road. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, that didn't work. Let's go this way. It's not a failure. But having that resilient mindset, you go from somebody that's like, oh, it didn't work. I'm done. I quit. And I know people that do that. And it's like people that are close to me. And it's like, wait a minute, you gave it 1 hour, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, depending on what it is that, you know what I mean? Depending on, there's no way you can have it all together, but in that amount of time, right? So you have to have a resilient mindset and just bounce back from those things. Because if you don't, I'm telling you, you're not going to ever reach those goals that you set out to do and have. If you embrace the setbacks as necessary, It's a necessary part of the process, right? Like, this is how I'm going to learn. You will bounce back, you'll try something else, and you'll keep going. Consistency is key. I wish I should have added one. Consistency mindset is a huge thing in so many aspects of so many things, right? You want to lose weight, you need to be consistent in the way you eat, in the way you exercise. You want to, no matter what goal you have to be consistent in doing or not doing something, right? Consistency is key. And just having that resilient mindset to bounce back and consistently moving forward is so important. The next one is a flexible mindset. And this one, I kind of laugh about it because if you are a DIYer, a furniture flipper of any kind, you know that you have to be flexible, right? No project ever goes as planned. And that right there is like a huge, example of how it's never a failure, right? So maybe that helps you think about it that way. But like, we have done, flip houses. We've had a rental property. We have flipped everything under the sun from furniture to things we've pulled from barns to our own home. Every room in our house right now has been flipped because we bought it from the original owners and everything was original, from carpet to wallpaper to, you know what I mean? And so, throughout each of those processes, I don't care which one you want to choose, and I know we've all done some kind of project or DIY something, something hasn't gone as planned. But it's not like you're like, the kitchen makeover, it didn't go as planned, and then you just leave it that way. I mean, you don't do that. And the same is you shouldn't do that in business either. Or when you're wanting to start, flipping furniture and start to make money doing it. If it doesn't go as planned, it doesn't mean you give up. You have to have a mindset that's like, okay, the kitchen floor didn't go in the way I wanted to, or the paint is an ugly color. I need to go get another paint can. I need to look at the flooring, or I need to look at a video to figure out how to do this right. I mean, you're not just going to leave the kitchen all torn up and just like, it didn't work, I'm done. I mean, life shouldn't work that way. And training yourself, if you are any kind of DIYer, if you've ever flipped any kind of furniture, you already know that flexible mindset. You already know that you don't just give up when something doesn't go right. You're flexible. You have to go to plan B. You have to take a step back and, look at everything again and figure out another route to go. I mean, that's what your flexible mindset does. You're already doing that in some aspect of your life, especially if you're a DIYer. And for those of you that are listening to this or consume any of my content, DIY, you either you like it, you do it, you want to do more of it. So I'm speaking to you. So, you're already doing it. You would never leave your bathroom all tore up, for 5 years because when you initially did it, it didn't go right, right? So the flexible mindset, adapt, it helps you adapt to changing circumstances. You seize new opportunities. It makes you open to new ideas and approaches, and just you're more apt to be somebody that looks at opportunities where other people see obstacles. And that is apparent to anybody that has ever flipped furniture. When you can walk in and look at a dresser, let's say you're going with a friend, yard sailing, estate sailing, thrift stores, wherever, the curb, and your one friend looks at you crazy every time you say, there is so much potential in that piece, and your friend says, you're nuts. Then you get it done, and she's like, oh my gosh, I never would have thought that could happen, right? And so where other people see obstacles, you see opportunities, and that's what makes us different. But we need to pull on that mindset when we start making excuses for things and goals we want to do. And so that is kind of a conversation I've been having a lot behind the scenes. You want to do the Furniture Flipping Academy. You want to get on the wait list, and take advantage when we first launch this, but whatever it is. But then you just have to think about that one little aspect of it. And it's like, you're doing that. So why do you, when you have to put something behind it, behind a goal, time, money, energy, effort, whatever it is. Why, when you have to do that, do you just put the roadblocks up and can't do it? Nope. There is a way. We all find a way to do and have the things we want to have. You can find the money. Stop going to Starbucks 5 days a week. You can find the money. Stop eating out at lunch every day. You can find the money. Maybe you only buy the things at the grocery store that you actually need. Skip the snacks. Skip the extras. You can find the money. Sell some things that you aren't using. Sell things on Facebook Marketplace. Host a yard sale. I could go on and on about this topic alone, but not having the money, you can find the money. If you and I had a conversation right now and you told me about your weekly, monthly habits, we could find the money. So it's just, we need to have that mindset. We just need to change our mindset when it comes to these kinds of things, especially those of you that are saying, I want to do this. I know I can do this. It's a goal of mine. I want extra money. I need extra money for the family. I want to take more vacations. That's what I hear. But then as soon as it's, putting something behind those goals, then it's, wait, I don't know if I can. I can't. Okay. Lastly, the last kind of mindset that I want to talk about is a collaborative mindset. And this is kind of my favorite because it's kind of a fun one, which when you start having this kind of mindset, you can open up the possibilities to so many things. You will, especially in the furniture flipping realm, in the Furniture Flipping Academy, if you are somebody that is flipping furniture right now, let's say you've only flipped one piece or you are flipping one piece and you have the paintbrush, I'm just going to, a can of paint and let's just say a cleaner. And obviously you've got your furniture flipping piece. You've already got a collaborative mindset, or you've already got some collaborations going. And what I mean by that is, if this is something a goal that you have that you really want to start doing, that paint can, that paintbrush company, that thrift shop that you got the piece from, we'll just say, and that cleaning product, whatever the brand or the company is, you're already collaborating with those places, people, whatever it is, you're collaborating with them. If you have ever sold a piece of furniture, you have collaborated with a client or a customer. You want to have a collaborative mindset at all times because you build strong relationships and networks. And as a furniture flipper, you're doing that across the board. And hopefully one of your goals is, you want brands and companies, your favorite paintbrush brand, your favorite paint brand, your favorite hardware brand, whatever it is, you want them to start paying you to do projects or to share their product or to, something you're already using and now you can get paid to use it. Are you kidding me? Like, hopefully that's one of your goals. But you have to have that collaborative mindset from the get-go. This is one thing that I didn't know when I first started out that would have made a world of difference. Like, I didn't understand. Now, you're going to meet some people along the way that do not have a collaborative mindset, and they will shut it down, meaning you cannot reach out to them about information, about their tips, about their tricks, about how they make something, work or how they do a certain thing. They will shut you down and they won't answer you. They'll say, no, I'm not going to tell you. I've had it done many times. I'm just a complete opposite. I'm an open book. That's why I created the Academy. I don't want any questions. I want to teach you all the things you need to know. But I would encourage you to have a collaborative mindset because it's just going to open you up to so many things. Partnerships, like networking with other flippers, other, brands and companies, your clients, your customers, colleagues. You may have a team someday. So it's across the board. It's only a good thing to have a collaborative mindset because I'm so passionate about this because it can go in so many good directions for you. So when you are collaborating, when you're part of a community, like a a community of people that are just like you, like like-minded people. You can collaborate with them to get to brands. You can collaborate with them on, social media. You can collaborate. It's like, it's all a good thing. So you definitely want to have a collaborative mindset from the get-go, because you will be amazed how many things can happen, especially as a furniture flipper, in your business, if you have that mindset going on. So those were, how many were, I think I said 5. I think I added another one in there too, but just some different mindsets to think about, and just the way you approach things and the way you say things to yourself and to others about whatever it is that you're wanting or goals you're setting. You really got to be careful of that, because what you say, how you talk to yourself outwardly or just inwardly, that's what's going to happen. So talk the things that you want to happen, and stop with the excuses. Stop with the excuses. If you really want it, you've made the decision that you really want it, you will find the way. We always do, no matter what it is. We all find a way. So, okay, I hope this was helpful. If there's something else, like a different topic you would like me to talk about, please let me know. You can always reach out to me, Lindsay@mycreativedays.com. You can reach out to me on Instagram @mycreativedays. I love hearing from you guys, but until next time, I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Hello, friends. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I'm grateful that you tune in every week and that you share the show with your family and friends. I love having creative chit chats with you, and my hope is that this podcast will inspire you to try a new project, start a DIY that you've been putting off, and decorate your home exactly how you want it. There are a few ways you can help us with the podcast. Follow the podcast so you don't miss an episode. And if you could take a few minutes to leave the podcast a review, that would help us so much. Again, thank you for being here, and I look forward to our chat next week. Bye-bye.